Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently, and in this What If we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Cobra Kai competed in the Sekai Taikai in 1984? Part 2. If you haven't seen the previous part, I would recommend you go watch it before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Cobra Kai would have to compete on the platform. Terry Silver would want Mike and Johnny to start off. So the fight would begin, and Johnny and Mike would fight against their opponents. Mike and Johnny would both be using offense, and they would be fighting aggressively, but eventually Johnny would be knocked down. So Bobby would join Mike on the platform, and Mike and Bobby would continue to fight, but eventually Bobby would also be knocked down, so Tommy would join Mike. Tommy and Mike would knock down some of their opponents, but Tommy would also be knocked down. Jimmy would go on the platform, but he would also be knocked down. Eventually, Dutch would join Mike on the platform, and they would continue to fight. Dutch would be caught off guard, and he would almost be knocked down, but this is when Mike would save him, and they would take down the other dojo. So Cobra Kai would win in this timeline, and those events would continue. There would still be a bit of a break in the Sekai Taikai. Mike would be mad at Johnny and the rest of the Cobra Kais. He would feel like he was carrying the whole Cobra Kai team, and that thanks to him they weren't eliminated. But Johnny would get mad at Mike and he would confront him. He would say that he was captain, but Mike would say that Johnny was only captain because Kreese had a soft spot for him. He would say that he was a better fighter than Johnny ever will be. Dutch would say that Mike was right. This would make Johnny mad, and he would want to fight Mike, so Johnny and Mike would start fighting, and Bobby would want to separate them, but Dutch would be stopping Bobby. This is when Terry Silver would show up, and he would see Johnny and Mike fighting, so Terry Silver would separate them. He would tell Johnny and the rest of the Cobra Kais to go off and explore town, but he would tell Mike to stay behind, so Johnny and the rest of the Cobra Kais would leave, and Terry Silver would want to talk to Mike. Terry would say that he knows that Mike was the best fighter on the team, but that Kreese was too blind to see that. Terry would say that from now on they were going to do things his way. He would remind Mike of how Lawrence almost got them eliminated, but that he managed to save them. And he would tell Mike that he was going to make him captain, and that he was going to keep his promise of making him a world champion. Those events would continue. Johnny and the rest of the Cobra Kais would explore the town, but Johnny would still be mad at Dutch for siding with Mike, and they would run into Tiger Strike. Even Alpha would recognize Johnny. Even Alpha would tell Johnny that he got lucky, and that next time he was taking him down. So the rivalry between Tiger Strike and Cobra Kai would continue. And the next day, Cobra Kai would be getting ready for the Sekai Taikai, but Johnny wouldn't be able to find his captain headband. This is when Terry and Mike would show up, and Mike would be wearing the captain's headband. Kreese, Johnny, and the rest of the Cobra Kais would be surprised, and Johnny would get mad, but Terry Silver would say that they needed a change in leadership. He would say how Mike proved himself during the last challenge, and that they needed a captain with the most tournament experience. So the rivalry between Johnny and Mike would continue to grow, and that is where I'm going to end part 2. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Cobra Kai competed in the Sekai Taikai during 1984? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.